Welcome back to another video. Today it's absolutely freezing. Just after that lovely spell of weather we had, it's now back to the freezing cold. It's nearly June and I'm just about to get the woolly hat back on, it's that cold. So in this video today I'm just going to follow one day's work with me on this lorry with the crane, because there's quite a lot of work to do. I've just arrived here with my pickup, I've thrown my stuff in, I'm just going to do the walk around checks, turn the tyres on for the Bigfoot, just make sure everything's alright before I go. You can see here the boys were up at the weekend and I've got a new set of legs on this trailer. The last one's actually failed on me, and basically I was stuck at the side of the road and a guy going by stopped, and I was very lucky he was stopped. I put a message in the group chat to see, like, this is a group chat of all the kind of drivers in Argyll, to see if anyone was about that had a still saw or something like that. So this guy, Andy from Ancappa, he stopped by a 4.5 inch grinder with cutting discs. So I cut them off at the side of the road just so I could get going that day, and then we've now got them changed over and fixed. So we got out of the hole that day and got the work done, and now we've got them fixed. We're all good to go, we're all safe and legal, and I can now drop my trailer again. Right, that's us parked up for the week. You may have noticed there an engine management light on. That's basically constant with a Ford Ranger. So the start of a new week always kind of looks like this. Got to get moved in first. I always just throw my bag in the corner and sort that out tonight, just so I can get going quickly. The most important thing is any food you've got, getting into the fridge before you go. That's my wee bag for camera gear and all that. The amount of stuff I carry is unbelievable. My dad calls it, a good Scottish word, trish. I can't even say it. Tríslach. It means all the crap you carry. Also, at the start of a week it's always good because I'm stocked up with food, and we have a family dinner on a Sunday night and I always get leftovers because I've got nothing to cook with. Then I'll just bang this in here. Always sort everything out on Monday night. Give it a wee clean, just try to keep on top of everything. Fill in my defect sheet before I get going. It's a legal requirement. So basically I need to mark down anything I see in my walk around check that's a defect, so that there's a record of, you know, how it was when I started, and then, you know, you need to get it fixed, obviously, ASAP. Mileage 95477. C. McFadgen, in fact Campbell, because C. McFadgen could be about 4 different people. I've got my dad, Callum, my uncle Charles, my brother Charles, and me, Campbell. Vehicle and trailer checked, yes. Defect items, nil. All the lights are okay, no air leaks, and I've got a new set of legs. Right, I'll need to get going because my dad needs his timesheets for all the drivers, and I am going to the job that he's at just now, loading a couple of them before he gets out with it and gets up the road and loads the rest. Honestly, it's starting up a plane, this thing, with all the lights I've got to press. What'll do, everything's okay, all checks are done. Right, let's go. Whew, I'm unfit. Quick dash there to give Dad the timesheets, and they give me a new fuel card. So that's us. We can head in now. Just drop my tyres down because it's a little bit stony in here. So that the main thing that we have the Bigfoot system for is to help prevent punctures. You know, when you're spending, you know, when you're running to a boat, you know, you're kind of like spending probably 80% of your week on the forest road, and it's all just made of stones, obviously. So the percentage, the chance that you can get a puncture is just unbelievable. It's probably the biggest problem we've got. So we use this system on the crane lorries to make sure to give ourselves the best chance. I've actually done a video in at this job, although I've just not had a chance to edit it yet. That's, you'll see this one before I even get that one done, because they're from back in like February or something like that. And see, when I go to edit it, I looked at the last one and 8 hours worth of stuff for the week, and I'm like, how can I cut that down into half an hour or an hour max? You know, it's so much work that I just looked at it and I was like, nah, I'll just do it. Well, I'll do it like when I get that chance, which might even be never. So that's what I'm going to do today. There's going to be a lot happening in this just one day, and it'll be so much easier to put it together into a video rather than then having 4 more days added on top of it. But yeah, this is quite a cool job. This is in behind Inveraray Castle, and it's very scenic. It's a shame I didn't film this last week when it was beautiful, beautiful sunshine, but we're back to proper Scottish summer now. You can see as well, come back to not being able to wash it. That wee yard we've got there, still need to get something set up. So I've got about 2 weeks worth of bugs on the windscreen. I've been out and cleaned it before with a rag, but just the next day it's the same. Saying that, you know, it's wet now, so there's not going to be as much, so I could probably do with getting out and giving it a wee quick rub. So I'm not looking through all that mess all day. So my first load of the day is some larch 4.9s. So as you will know, there's lots of different species of trees, and the main ones that we'll see, the main one like by far is spruce. Spruce is what everyone wants to make the timbers for building houses, trusses and all that. But this is the other one that's common for is larch. So I'm going to take that down to a mill in Dunoon, where they make it into stuff like log cabins and all that. It's actually quite cool. So this is us here at the larch. Larch and spruce, you can see they're a wee bit different. This is kind of get red bark on it, and that's just, don't really know how to describe that. I would just describe that as the most common one we see. Like, it's just, that's always spruce, and then anything different you start thinking about. Let's get her loaded up. one thing I hate doing with this, but it's just unavoidable most of the time. When I load that back bunk, I need to slide it back, and I'm pointing down the hill right now, so see that ram trying to pull all that weight back up the hill. You just expect something to go bang. That's us loaded and the heavens are about to open, so I'm going to quickly strap this up and get moving. Whew. Not a good day. We're not used to this kind of weather now, but we're spoiled for 3 weeks there of absolutely amazing roasting hot days. Right, first load of the day loaded, get a line written out, then get her chopping. Oh, honestly, what a horrible day. So that's us heading for Dunoon now, which will take us probably an hour loaded. So we'll get down there and then get to the mill there. It's, as I said already, it's a little place that turn them into log cabins and yeah, just kind of fancier stuff, which is quite cool to see. Here's me complaining about the weather and there's somebody blooming jogging in here. He's keen. Right, that's me coming to the end of the forest road here, so I'll need to get out and close the gate and lock it up for them, because if I don't do that, they end up with caravans appearing out of nowhere and parking up stupid places. This will be another mad dash because it's pouring. I often wonder why the McFadden clan couldn't have just went to Spain or something like that, settled there, make life a bit easier. So now I'll just blow my tyres back up. I should have done that on my way down there so that they were fully inflated now before I start driving. But anyway, they'll fill up in about a couple of minutes while I'm going along the road here, and that's back to like 100 psi, which is the pressure you want when you're on the road. You want them hard for on the main road. This day, my dad was moaning because the rest is shut, but to be honest with you, actually I agree with him this time, because if there's any day the rest is going to come down, it'll be today. After all that dry weather, then get this battering down the top of it, you know, it's we're wondering to see if the ground can take it, you know. The Rest and Be Thankful is an infamous stretch of road located 50 miles north of Glasgow. Many tourists flock to the area for their first glimpse of the vast hillside terrain Scotland has to offer, before heading further north. Although over the years, with the treacherously steep hillside, has brought countless landslides and road closures due to the safety concerns, many millions of taxpayers' money has been wasted on stopgap remedies, with lots of locals enraged at the ongoing saga. There is a relief road at the bottom of the valley called the Old Military Road. This helps the situation as it prevents the long diversion via Craiglarach, although with the OMR in place it causes major tailbacks and delays, sometimes seeing yourself stuck behind a queue of 50 to 100 vehicles once by the roadworks. To get to Dunoon, you need to drive along one of my favourite places in the whole world, Loch Eck. You might see snippets of it here in the background, but on the way back I'll try to show you a little bit more. It's such a beautiful place, and it's not the best of days to be showing it, but I'll show it anyway, just so you can see what's about here. I've just landed in the land they called Dunoon. So the little mill we're going to, it's just round the corner here. It's a wee bit awkward, this one, because it's all on a steep hill. So you've just got to watch when you're tipping. You've got to make sure your handbrake's on, and you need to just try and make sure the logs don't roll back down the hill. When you come. And this might just be a total disaster, because I'm here and the gates are locked. There's cars in there though. I'm just hoping this is the second bank holiday for me. Just hoping they're not on that one. You can see it's unlocked. I'll go in and see if I can find somebody. Right, we're in. We're good to go. The guy came running out there as soon as I arrived, so that was ideal. I didn't ask if he's actually open today or not, but he's here, so I'm not really bothered. So I'm just going to tip this here. I've got two kind of gaps to use. It's not handy, but we'll get it done. We'll get there. If you can see that on the top of the load and on the grab, there's a lot of leaves on it, and that's basically because it's been raining that much. All the trees are hanging down, and when I'm going along the road with the grab sitting on top of the load, it's taking all the leaves off. Just shows you how much they dip down when it's wet. So I need to get this down here and in here, this wee gap. So, and you also need to make sure you don't touch the fence where the log's rolling behind, because it's not a strong one, it's quite weak. I'm getting there now. The only problem with this is, see the way we're stacking these? Basically I'm so scared in case they roll, because if they do roll, they're going to come towards me and wreck the side of the lorry. As well here is, because it's a tarred yard, there's a lot of mess comes off this. I'll just try to keep as much on as I can, because I'm just going 5 minutes along the road to get my next load, and it means they're not getting all the mess in here. I can just keep that from the forest. Okay, that's us done here. Now we're going to do another wee quick job. My dad's just off the phone, and the plan of the day has been kind of chopped in the head because of the rest being closed. It's putting too much of a delay on the time window I've got to go do all that, then to get back to here before 5 o'clock. Because you can be sitting for half an hour at the rest, then you need to come back over it, so that's an hour's time you've lost. And that's why it's a big problem, the rest, and be thankful for us. I know it's just a short diversion and all that, but you think all the drivers wasting half an hour or an hour of their day, sometimes need to go over that twice. So let's just say an hour minimum a day, between all the drivers. That's a good kind of day's work you're paying and nothing's happening. So it's a big hit to us, to be honest. Now, if there's anywhere that the trees are going to be leaning down and probably going to scrape the cab, it'll be in here. There's one hanging there. It's all just light stuff so far, thankfully. So it's just kind of touching the wing mirrors and a wee kind of skiffle on the roof, the odd one. So the plan's changed again. This is not turning out the way I wanted it to today. my dad can't get a hold of the guy who I'm meant to be lifting the next load for. He's away to check if it's okay to come round and out and all that, and they can't get a hold of him again, so I need to know now, and he can't give me the answer. So I'm just gonna go and get the one I'm gonna load out a different job that's still in the same road, and that's going to Troon. I was meant to be going in this entrance here. Getting some of that timber that's in there, but as I say, the plans had to change again. More trees. It's mainly my aerials hitting it, so it's fine. This is where we're going now. This has obviously all been felled. Oh, trees. Oh, Jesus. This car's in the turning area, but it's just okay. Just on the grass a little bit there. If he was any further back, I would have struggled a bit there. Should be okay coming out loaded. We're on the next forest road now. The pile of wood we're going to is just a remainder of a job. There's not much there, and it's just literally through them trees there. It's 2 seconds away. As you can see, this job's a little sparse. Excuse the lisp, by the way. It's this Invisalign I've got in. I'm nearly done. I've got 8 more weeks to go. But yeah, we've been loading out of here, and this is the dregs of each kind of length of wood. So you've got 4.9 metre oversize away over there, 4.9 metre normal logs. This is 3.7, I think. Or chip. I think it's just big chip. That's some stuff that'll go as chip as well. That's like rubbish wood. You've got 3 metre over there, then you've got 3.1 metre over there. So I am basically going to take this load of 4.9 metre, and I don't think it's going to be a full load. So it goes to Troon, and Troon also take the 3.1 metre logs. So whatever I don't get on this, like whatever I'm short weight wise, I'm just going to nip over to that 3.1 metre pile and just top off with that, so that, you know, I've got my weight, so that I'm getting the full payment of doing the load, because there's no point doing half loads. So that is the plan right now. Right, I'll get this on. I'm actually parked here, and there might actually be a full load here, which would be ideal. Save me mincing about. I'm actually need to go back a wee bit. Also, while we're here, see this? Yeah, I've got my high vis on. See this? This is the stupidest thing in the world for me, because you've got to wear it all the time. You know, this site's finished, right? I'm the only one here. Like, why have I got a hard hat on? Do you know what I mean? But I get it if there's cranes and that flying about, but I'm just walking about. There's literally somebody with a dog walking by there 2 seconds ago, and they've not got a hard hat. So stupid. Well, there you are. It looks hard deceiving. There's maybe another 5 or 6 ton there. Quickly right the line, get some breakfast, and crack on again. Right, after all the drama of meant to be going here, there and everywhere, we're going to Troon. And that's the final answer. Because I'm loaded for Troon and it's only going to Troon. This is a horrible little corner here, because they've been fixing it with such sharp stones. You're basically always going to get cuts in the tyres. You can see there's not much room for error there, so you've just got to go over as far as you can. So there's no way you can take a different line through where they're repairing the road there. So all you're doing is turning all that weight on them sharp stones. What chance you got? It's a lovely place, even if you are stuck behind all these holiday makers. That was the worst possible thing that could have happened. I just missed that convoy there. So that means I'm going to be sitting here for half an hour. That's just a guess. Hopefully it's sooner. Jesus. There's like a biker squad at Vespa's coming up. Well, that's what is it? That's 16 minutes I've been here. Then by the time I get down and over the other side, that's going to be probably another 15 minutes. So no, it can't be that long if that went down and come back in 15 minutes. So the best part of 25-30 minutes. Right, there we are, 25 minutes later, and that's us just about to move. Just letting all the guys from Logistical go first. Well, this is it. If you've not seen this before, this is the old military road, and it is a private road owned by the farmer. He is the landowner, and he gets some sort of subsidy every time the main road is closed and we need to use this road. It's essentially part of his farm. You know, he's got his cows and that here. He's making a buck off it, like a big buck off it, and I've got absolutely no like it doesn't annoy me or anything like that. You know, I would do the exact same thing if I was him, 100%. People are on about online, oh, it should be, government should be taking the land off him and this and that kind of thing. What? Those are rubbish. This is his land. They should be more angry with that bit up the top. The fact that they've been trying to fix it for 15, 20 years, probably more than that. I'm just guessing that, but I would definitely say it's been non-stop the last 10 years and absolutely nothing's been done apart from they've dug a wee trench beside it, like basically a big ditch. So I'd be pointing my anger and frustration towards that rather than the guy that owns the land at the bottom of the road that actually stops us diverting away up Crane Lanark Way, which adds on so much time, and it's a horrible road round there with all this traffic on it as well. That was about 35 minutes of delay there. So that's what we're saying, you know, if I've got to go then back over that way, that's an hour 35 minutes, then back this way, another 35 minutes, then back that way. You know, that's 4 times in a day. That's over 2 hours wasted each day. And then combine that with every single driver we've got, and even worse for the bigger companies, like some McKenna's, they've got so many more lorries. It's such a loss. It's actually, see if you wrote down the numbers, how much that's going to cost you, it's staggering. But I'm not complaining about the road being closed or that, you know, it's just a whole scenario. You know, people are on Facebook are moaning because, oh, it's closed, this and that, but as long as they're working on it, I'm alright with that. You know, just let them get on with it. I'd actually even rather a Chinese solution. I'm saying Chinese, just going by the videos I see in China where they've got a problem and they've got every contractor under the sun working on it and they fix it within a few days, rather than this, oh, we'll just hire this one company out and then one man will work at it for a day, you know, then the next day another man will work at it. You know, just absolutely storm the place and get the whole thing dug out, concrete in, get the canopy made, and just that'll be the end of it. Just bad on with it. We'll just work on that road for a wee bit. Big Gaz Anderson from Blackwood there. You may have seen that T-cab before. It's everywhere, to be honest with you, but that was the one that was in one of Trucker Tim's videos. It must have been a while ago, maybe a year ago, when wee Sean was on it and Trucker Tim was, let's just say, a little bit excited. Oh yes! Oh! Well, that's us landed at Troon. You've seen me here before, so I'll not bore you too much. So I'm just going to head in the mill now and get this offloaded and see what the plan is once I get back up. Slinky. Shout out Slinky. And also he's got a sticker that says if it's on, it's gone. Old classic. I'm just gonna wait here. The shunter shouting on the CB saying he's coming out, so I'm just gonna wait out on the road till he's clear. A crane heading in the mill. So without stating the obvious, this is what the timber we take in, most of it gets turned into this stuff. It's honestly crazy how much timber actually gets into these mills. You know, they must have such an outgoing to shift it all, you know. Like crazy, you know, we've got not hundreds, but lots of loads a week, you know. and they just churn it in and make it into stuff, then that's it. Now I'm just going to drop this down here. It's pouring with rain. I'm just going to barter this down and I'll see you in a wee minute. Jeez, woo! Thank God for that crane cab. I'm absolutely soaked just getting to and from it. Right, I'm going to get out here and have a break before I can get back up the road, and then but yeah, we'll find out what we're doing in regards of the rest and also Loch Lomond, and try to see which way I'll be going to avoid the most traffic basically. Luckily for us, we have got various sites just prior to the rest and be thankful, as you can see here. This helps us massively because when the rest closes, we can avoid it by working away from here until it reopens again, and we can get further into Argyll for the rest of the stuff we need to lift. Although it is handy for us, we know we're very lucky because a lot of other hauliers still just have to go with it no matter whether it's closed or not. So I'm just heading to the end of this loch, basically the job we've got in at the top of Tarbet. I'm going in there to get some 1.9 metre wood. It's going all the way down to Carron Bridge, and then that means that when I come to tomorrow or even Wednesday, hopefully the rest is open and I can then go do the rest of the loads I need to do down that way. It means I can just keep moving with the other stuff I need to do rather than this hold up of half an hour each time. So yeah, that's the plan just now. My dad is actually still in at Tarbet with the big crane, so he's going to give me a wee hand to load the 1.9s, which is perfect for me because it's the hardest thing we've got to load because they're so small. It just takes so much time, and it's like 4 big steep bunks because they're so light as well. So yeah, we'll catch you in Tarbet. So that's us here. We're going to load the 1.9s, me and my dad together. That's a lot easier with two you still that much. I quite like doing stuff like that when my dad's helping. It's not really a nice moment, it's just kind of cool, it's nice working with your dad. Some people might think it's, you know, the worst thing ever working with family, but I'm kind of the opposite, to be honest. I know fine in a good few years, especially doing these videos, I'm going to look back on these and be happy I'm filming these, 100%. That's us ready, and that's the last time I'll be loading today because this is quite a far away trip I've got, well, in regards to what we do here. So by the time I get down there I'll be getting tipped tonight, and then I'll not have much time left, so I'll just get back up the road a wee bit and the signal, and that'll do for the night. Right, let's get going again. This is actually the best kind of jobs you want to be doing on a day like this. Because see, for example, if you're running to a boat and doing like 8 to 10 loads a day, you know, in and out the lorry 20 times, it's it's a little bit soul destroying. Just soaking all day, you know, you're taking the oilskins into the cab here, because there's no point taking them on and off all day. So yeah, we're lucky with what we're doing today. You know, even this one here, this is a long haul down the 74 to Carron Bridge, and it's actually a perfect time to go down there because they'll be closed up. I've got the code for the gate. I'll get in there and get tipped. I'm not bothering anyone and they're not bothering me. In and out and back up the road a wee bit, no delays. Hopefully just got a good run at it. It really is a shame on the weather today because it's actually some lovely places I've been driving. This is the Dalveen Pass. It's not what I'm used to, but it is quite a nice scenic part of Scotland. The hills are so weird from what I'm used to, because I'm used to seeing kind of rock faces and all that, but all the hills here are like perfectly green, as if you could near enough. They look like you could start rolling at the top and roll all the way down and you'd be fine. I don't know why, it just looks like comfy. Such a weird thought, but that's just what I think every time I look at them. I think I'll be back down here tomorrow, so hopefully I can show you a bit better weather, although I'm not holding out any hope. I don't think it's to be good all week. I've got to go this wee back road to get down to the Carron Bridge, because down near the sawmill there's you need to do a right turn, which isn't possible in the lorry, so you need to come this way. Right, here we are. Hopefully they've not changed the combination. So I've just got 15 minutes left off my 9, so I'm definitely going to get into my 10, which means I've got an hour and 15 driving left. So the quicker I get this off, the better, so I can get finished as early as I can for a better start tomorrow. And just with my luck, the place is absolutely rammed. So I need to try to think of where they're going to want it. Da. Da. Oh. I'm actually not sure where exactly I'm going to put this, so I've texted Andy that works here, and while I wait on his reply I'll get my straps off. Can't get hold of Andy, so I'm currently just reversing down to the back of their kind of extra wee yard. I was down here once before, about a couple of months ago, and I actually lost a mud flap because it's a big bog, so I'm hopefully not going to get in this far this time. I just don't want to, you know, it's easier for me to just throw it down there, but I know fine it's just going to be on the road. So, you know, they're good enough letting me come in at night, like out with the working hours, so the last thing I want to do is annoy them by, you know, throwing stuff on top of other stuff just for the sake of making it easier for me. I'll take it back, I'm not getting in there. thought it might have been okay. Let's sit down. Yeah. I thought it might have been okay because it's been so dry recently, but that has just filled up to a bog again just with this couple of days of rain we've had. So I'll just need to go on top of this pile that's here, and I'll just need to spray paint like where my stuff is. Well, that's empty. Let's move this one that I dropped. And what I'm going to do before I go is just try and spray my lot, just so they know this is from me, especially all these wet ones. That'll do me. Oh. Ouch. Oh, what a day. Oh, look at these branches. Ah. Everything's just pulled down with the rain. Jeez. Wasn't too bad. Right, so we're tipped down there. We've, wrote the line out, left the line with them, and then locked up the place. Wouldn't even know we've been. I think they're actually off today because it's bank holiday, and that's why there's so much timber there. I think there's been a few lorries in there today, just dropping stuff where they can. So I've now got an hour left, so I need to just batter on up the road and see how far up I can get.
I love the fact that everyone's getting everyone's shoulders. That's a beautiful thing. Look at that.
Right, well that's me in a spot here. The motorway was actually closed there at junction 8. So I had to divert it off, and I spoke to Linda on the phone, who works with us, who knows all the little nooks and crannies and lay-bys and all that everywhere, so she's always good to phone. I've got 7 minutes left of my driving time here, so this is probably where I was going to need to go anyway, without going over. So I'd say that's a pretty successful day. Been flat out all day, we managed to do what we're needing to do. Now it's 9 o'clock, what's the time? Right, just 3 minutes to 9. I'll be starting at 6 in the morning. I'm going to get my dinner now and get the head down, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See just through the gap in the trees. Right, let's see how we go in here. Not handy. Dented my side rail there. Always look up, but it's not obvious to me.